The following program contains language, images, and/or subject matter that may be objectionable to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Direct from Albany, New York, it's time for the New Media Zone. With your hosts, Ed and Dave. Tonight, a look at this week's new film and DVD releases. And a chance to win free movie tickets with the poster campaign. And now your hosts, Ed and Dave.
Hello and welcome to the New Media Zone. And Dave here, and Dave with you. We've got a lot of show we have to jump right into, but I would like to make a brief mention. It is about 5 years now since we have been doing the New Media Zone here on the set. It was being built about this time 5 years ago. But here we go, 5 years, and lasting much longer than the new Dick Van Dyke Show or the new Temperatures Rising.
And there's a reason. You know the reason?
What's the reason?
Because we are not ratings based.
Right.
We could get no viewers. This show's staying on.
Right.
They don't.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why.
Yeah. Well,
and we don't get any viewers, but still.
We do get some.
We get a handful.
Yes. I'm trying to think. Somebody was writing about something, but I don't have time to remember it or go into it. We are doing tonight what we used to call a regular show. But we're not doing the movies that are coming out this week. We're taking a brief look at all the films coming out this summer.
Now, these are all scheduled for the summer.
Right.
Maybe one or two might not come out. Maybe one or two could be delayed. You never know. Anything's possible when we go this far in advance. But we're trying to help you out by giving you enough notice as to what you can expect this summer.
It's tough going through this list these days because a lot of them are Hulu and Netflix. I try to weed them out to get the theatrical ones, but here we go. Now, the summer already started on May 3rd, as we know. Now, in the old days, the summer started on May 25th. Do you remember when Jaws? For some reason, it was always, I don't know if it was a Wednesday or a Friday, but May 25th.
Wednesday and Fridays were usually when films opened up.
Yeah. So, but we pushed it back to the beginning of May now with the summer movies, and we had Guardians of the Galaxy Part 3 was the first one out. I did see that in the theater, and it was pretty good.
Okay.
On May 19th, we had Fast X.
Oh, God.
Which is the 10th of the Fast and the Furious. How many have you seen? Have you got up
0.
number 10 yet?
None of them.
There's a weird collection of people. Helen Mirren was in this, Rita Moreno. And of course, the usuals, Jason Momoa. He looked like he might have been an effete villain.
You mean Jason Statham and Momoa? What's his name? His name isn't Jason.
Jason Statham and
It's not Jason Momoa. Are you talking about Aquaman?
Yeah.
No, that's not.
What's
Jason.
his name?
I can't think of it.
They said Jason Momoa in my read.
I'm pretty sure it's not Jason Momoa.
Okay,
I'll look that up.
Book Club, the next chapter. This is where we get the older broads. I was trying to think which term I shouldn't use, and I went with I changed older. But I used broad.
You know, I think you're right. I think it was Jason Momoa. But anyway, I once used the term broad when I was with this is an ex-girlfriend of mine, and yeah, it is Jason Momoa. Why do I not think it's Jason Momoa? But anyway, I used broad, and she said that's very disrespectful. And you shouldn't say that. I said, good enough for Sinatra, good enough for me. But anyway, go ahead.
So, that was the old folks having a book club. Little Mermaid on May 26th.
Ooh.
This is, it looks pretty good. People were upset that they changed the mermaid a little bit. The only thing
Would you care to explain how they changed her?
Not in this politically charged climate.
Okay.
I think we all know. But the thing that...
Was she racially changed?
She was, I think, racially changed. But she's a good
okay.
singer. But the thing that didn't bother me, the thing that bothered me was her eyes are a little far apart.
Is this live action?
Yes.
So that's like a little CGI?
No.
Oh, she's really got eyes far apart.
Yeah. your eyes are supposed to be one eye length, apart, but hers are a little further. Kind of, a Brandy had the same thing a little bit. But in this case, I think it works because it's kind of like she's a fish with the eyes a little further apart. I even went to the McDonald's Happy Meal website, and they have coloring pictures you can do. And the eyes, even in the coloring pictures, the eyes were a little furrowed. But take a look at that when you see clips.
So you're mocking the actress's actual appearance.
I'm not mocking. It's just she has.
You said she's a fish.
I said it's kind of good for this part to have eyes that are almost on the side of your head, like a real fish. Well, she has a fish tail. Why shouldn't she have fish eyes? But then she was the actress to play that, I guess.
Well, who's the actress? Do we know?
Halle Berry, not that one.
Halle Bailey.
Bailey, yes. Bailey, yep. Awkwafina's in it. Melissa McCarthy.
Okay, all right. I'll have to check this improperly eyed human.
And then Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which is an animated film. And you can now get your Spider-Verse Whopper at Burger King.
Was that with the red bun?
Apparently a red bun makes it a Spider-Verse Whopper.
What's the red, for his outfit?
Yes.
Well,
and I think
there's blue.
Black seeds.
Oh.
Maybe they're doing that black costume version. I don't know what's going on. But we also, same day, we have a scary movie, Dave.
Ooh, is that the Boogeyman?
Yes.
Ooh. That's based on the 1973 short story of the same name by Stephen King, who's still alive.
Yeah.
Man gets hit by a car and still hangs in there. And we have some little outline for this, because these are movies that have not yet opened.
Yes.
So we're going to have a little read on these. So the high school student Sadie Harper and her little sister Sawyer are still reeling from the recent death of their mother. Oh, that's sad. Devastated by his own pain, their father Will, a therapist by profession, gives them neither the support nor the affection that they try to claim from him. What? Why? Why do you do that? When a desperate patient shows up unexpectedly at their house asking for help, they bring in a terrifying entity that preys on the family and feeds on their greatest suffering.
Feed me.
Feed her!
That was a Human Centipede.
Great. One of the best movies ever made. What a concept.
Who came up with it? I know who introduced it at Proctor's.
Yes.
At 4 in the morning. We did.
Yes. Right before I went to Lake Placid, I think, that day. All right. On June 9th, Transformers Rise of the Beasts. Wow. This is catching up to that Fast X in films.
It is.
This is the 7th installment in the Transformer film series, serving as both a standalone sequel to Bumblebee and a prequel to the 2007 film. Set in 1994 Brooklyn, Noah, an ex-military electronics expert, and Elena, an artifact researcher, are swept up in a three-way conflict between the Maximals, Predacons, the Terracons,
It's way too many.
as they aid Optimus Prime and the Autobots in a war to protect Earth from Unicron's arrival. There's a lot of cons and crons and This all comes out of a toy, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Remember, we introduced the film, or we promoted it, in one of our early screenings at the, I believe, Latham Theater. Do you remember we had, I don't know if you attended the screening, our show was on the passes presented by the Media Zone and Fly 92.
Oh, I must not have been involved in that. I don't remember that at all.
Nothing at all.
No. You sure it wasn't, Michael wasn't,
let's see, 07.
I don't know.
Were you on board?
I was alive.
I think that was about at the transition spot, so maybe you missed out on the
I
screening.
think I did miss out on that. Generally, my memory's not that good, but I think I missed that one.
June 15th, we have The Flash. The film is influenced by the, not The Flash McQueen.
Oh.
This is the superhero. Inspired by the Flashpoint storyline featuring multiple DC comic characters, including both Ben Affleck and Keaton, reprising their respective versions of Batman.
Oh, I thought it was Buster Keaton for a minute.
No, Michael Keaton, who looks pretty good in there. Have you seen him in the trailers
No.
as Batman?
No.
Looks pretty good. I might have to venture out. I don't usually go out to see DC movies anymore. They've been so bad. But to see Michael Keaton as Batman again, I might have to go out.
I just wait for the giant monkey movies.
Yeah, we got no monkeys for you this year. Although there is a giant monkey transformer in one of these things here. The Maximals, I think.
Oh, that's okay. June 16th, Elemental. In a city where fire, water, land, and air residents live together. A fiery young woman and a go-with-the-flow guy are about to discover something elemental. How much they actually have in common. That sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, well, we're stretching. I guess it's not Peter Pan anymore at Disney, but...
All right. On June 16th, No Hard Feelings with Jennifer Lawrence, Andrew Barth Feldman, and Matthew Broderick. This film is set in Montauk, New York, where Maddie, a young woman working as an Uber driver who is facing bankruptcy after her car is repossessed, accepts an unusual Craigslist posting. Ooh. I'm not going to go into any further than that, but it's got a lot to do with sex and things.
I didn't know Craigslist was still on after they removed all the sex stuff and dating things, I think, aren't on there anymore.
Maybe that Craigslist murder that happened many years ago was what started that. All right, you're up, Ed. Go ahead. I'll let you handle this next one since it's in your wheelhouse.
You didn't read the entire
I didn't finish
thing.
it. You want me to finish it?
No.
I said it involved sex.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the gist is the parents hired this girl. It's supposed to be a real raunchy comedy, which we'll be the judge of that. Remember the comedy about the kids, Bad Boys or something? It was supposed to be real raunchy, like 12-year-olds. They weren't all that raunchy for my tastes.
Oh, no. Our level of raunch is way up here. We need good raunch. Not that. I'll see some things on Netflix, and it'll say, in this raunchy comedy, and I'll turn it on, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't raunchy. There's no raunch here. I need something. I need it to start off with the first thing they show is an areola.
Oh, jeez.
That's the first thing, and then you pan back.
I think the closest we got to that was that Carrie with the credit scene in the girl's shower with Nancy Allen running around full frontally.
Oh.
I think that's as close as we got to an areola. We'll have to do a search on that.
Okay.
June 30th, this is Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Ooh, that's a Friday, Ed.
How do you know? You got some plans?
Because I know what June 29th is.
Oh, it's your birthday.
Oh.
We should wish you a happy birthday now in the expansive summer show here.
That's right. Because we won't be back by then.
No, probably not by the end of June. So we say happy birthday to Dave. In the old days, there would be a Carvel cake would come out right about now.
I could have brought one.
Is there a Carvel somewhere? Or
No,
they're
they're
just in the store?
No, they're in the stores. You can get them in the stores. There's Carvels still, but they're not in this area.
Oh, that's a shame. Let's see. Antonio Banderas is in this. Toby Jones, who is playing every kind of... I'm sure he's a Nazi in this. He was a Nazi in the Marvel movies. He was the guy, the auctioneer at Jurassic World, the second one. Remember the odd-looking guy?
Yeah, the little guy.
Yeah. Good character actor, though, I guess. And Mads Mikkelsen, who was Hannibal on the TV series. In 1944, Indiana Jones helps colleagues Basil Shaw against Jürgen Vallel, a Nazi, from obtaining a mysterious dial known as the Antikythera. 25 years later, in 1969, Jones is uneasy over the fact that the U.S. government has recruited former Nazis to help beat the Soviet Union in the competition to make it to space. He has also become rather embittered, for his wife Marion is divorcing him, and he is about to be forced into retirement from his teaching position. I wonder if that means Marion is not in the film. I'm not sure on that yet. Could she be divorcing him from off screen, maybe? She's still here, Karen Allen. Or Karen Allen or Nancy Allen? Karen Allen.
Nancy Allen was what's that?
She was in Carrie with the...
what's the Michael Caine movie? Death?
Dressed to Kill.
Dressed to Kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're into July 7th.
July 7th. Insidious, The Red Door. This is how many Insidious movies are there?
I don't know.
Do we have any new ideas? Anybody? Somebody? DC, Marvel, Optimus Prime, sequel, Fast X, 10 of them. Come on! Something new, please!
There's been nothing new lately.
That's why I don't go to the movies. That's why I don't have cable. That's why I can't find anything on Netflix. There's some new Arnold Schwarzenegger FUBAR. What is that? What is that?
Isn't that one a food item? It's a movie.
FUBAR.
Huh.
FUBAR. I don't know. It's like a military term, which, it's not the nicest thing. But anyway.
Okay.
Insidious, whatever number of Insidious films there are. Starring Patrick Wilson and Rose Byrne. Set 10 years after the ending events of the second film. Maybe this is the third. Mm-hmm. Josh Lambert heads east to drop his son Dalton off at an Ivy League university. However, Dalton's college dream becomes a nightmare when the repressed demons of his past suddenly return to haunt them both. To end the haunting and to put the demons to rest once and for all, Josh and Dalton must return, once again, to the further in order to stop the Lambert nightmare for good. Now, it will not stop them for good because there'll be 8 more of these films.
I don't think this is the third one. I think they just jumped back in between a couple for this story.
So this is 2.5.
There's at
Like
least 3.
Psycho 3.5.
Right. That needs
Was
to be
that
transferred.
it? Was it 3.5?
Yes.
Okay.
Which was a good title. That was our film. And then there was a Psycho 4, so ours fit right in there. Just a side note for the editing, this whole show is going to be movies. Okay. July 12th. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning.
Oh.
Part 1.
Part 1, my ass. How many are there of these? 7, 8?
Yeah, I think it's 7. Ethan Hunt and his IMF team embark on their dangerous mission to track down a terrifying weapon that threatens humanity before it falls into the wrong hands. With control of the future and the fate of the world at stake, and dark forces from Ethan's past closing in, a deadly race around the globe begins. Okay.
How come we don't have teleprompters? Too much money on our budget?
Well, if it goes by what I see on Channel 10, we'd be stumbling around more than we are now. Do you ever watch Channel 10 and then Trishna Begum, who has apparently some kind of vision problem, which we do know. She did 20 questions you don't know about me. And one of them was I'm blind as a bat. Now, I don't know if she has bad contacts or she got a botched eye operation, but she cannot read the prompter. And it is both annoying and entertaining at the same time. And there's 2 of them, and John Gray's kind of half asleep at 11 o'clock. It passes Betty by, and he has trouble. And then you switch over to Channel 13, and this, what's her name over there? She said, just left me.
I don't watch any. I don't have those networks.
It'll come to me, but she does the job of 2 people on Channel 10, plus a lot of times she does the weather. And and she's really good, and the name just left my head, but I'll stick it in here if needed.
Okay, the picture will be right here. All right, July 21st.
Oh.
This one sounds interesting.
Rachel Tiede.
Who the hell's Rachel Tiede?
She's on Channel 13.
Oh my God! I haven't had cable in a while. I should. I don't know how. I'm gonna have to look it up. All right. July 21st, Oppenheimer.
Ooh.
Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt. Oh, I love Emily Blunt's mouth.
no.
Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr., and Florence Pugh. I mean, it's Pugh, but... This film follows the life of theoretical physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer, the director of the Los Alamos Laboratory during the Manhattan Project in World War II, and his contributions that led to the creation of the atomic bomb. See, that sounds like an interesting film. I wouldn't go out to see it. I'd wait for it to hit, Netflix and them. But to me, it sounds interesting. The next one does not sound interesting.
Barbie on July 21st with Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling. Have we seen much of him since he did that film in the area? I think he disappeared after that.
Oh, no, he's done some.
He's done a few things?
Oh, yeah.
After being expelled from Barbie Land for being a less than perfect doll, Barbie sets off to the real world to find true happiness.
Oh, dear Lord.
know what has to be seen in this film. I don't know what the rating is, PG. Margot Robbie, and she's done it before, has to take her clothes off. But there has to be no nipples or nothing below. The same with Ken. If that scene is not in here, it'll be a disappointment.
A travesty. A travesty.
Yes.
All right. July 28th, Haunted Mansion. Ooh, is this a remake of the Eddie Murphy? Whatever?
Yeah, did we need that?
I don't know. Tiffany Haddish, Owen Wilson, Danny DeVito, Rosario Dawson, Jamie Lee Curtis, or Jamie Lee Curtis. Jared Leto. Leto. All right. A single mother and her son move into a mansion only to find that it is haunted, hence the title, Haunted Mansion. To combat the spirits, they hire a former paranormal investigator, a priest, a psychic, and a college history professor. Skip.
Yeah. That first Eddie Murphy one wasn't too bad. And it had, what's her name there? Tilly. Jennifer Tilly.
Oh, Jennifer Tilly.
She was in the Globe in that one, and this time it's Jamie Lee Curtis. Both with big bosoms, who are playing the head in the glass, and yet you don't see anything. It's odd that they're both big-breasted actors.
Well, do you think they said, we're just going to show your head, but we want you to have big breasts? That's why we're going to cast you. I think it's just the way it happened.
Just happened that way.
Yes. It's happenstance.
Okay. It'd be funny if they had the head in the globe and then these two little globes underneath floating around. August, we're into August now.
Oh, here we go.
Usually not a lot of good movies come out in August in the late summer, but let's see. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. I think this is animated because it has a lot of voices here. It's John Cena as Rocksteady, Jackie Chan as Splinter, Ice Cube as Superfly, Post Malone, Seth Rogen, Paul Rudd, and Maya Rudolph. After years of being sheltered from the surface world in the sewers of New York City, 4 Turtle brothers set out on a quest to be accepted as normal teenagers through acts of heroism. With the aid of their human friend, April O'Neil, the brothers' biggest challenge puts them in the crosshairs of a mysterious crime syndicate and an army of mutants. I like the ones from the 90s where there's people in big suits rather than animated turtles.
I'd like to say I like those, but I haven't seen them.
Okay.
August 4th, Meg 2, The Trench, with Jason Statham as Jonas Taylor, Cliff Curtis as James Mac McCready. Jonas Taylor leads a research team on an exploratory dive into the deep. I don't have to read this. It's a giant shark. That's what it is. There's no reason to read this. The story is of no consequence. It's this massive, enormous, prehistoric shark. The Megalodon. That's what the Meg is short for. Megalodon. Giant shark, people eaten, blood, the end.
This can't be. I think they killed the shark in the first one, so this must be a different one.
There's more.
There's more than one.
Oh, there's more Megs.
Now, did we go out and see that?
Yes.
We too. We were going to get Jim, but he couldn't make it with us.
We were going to go with him, I think, the following week, to see Meg, and he was not up to it.
But we both went.
We went.
Okay. Would you go see the second one and go out?
I might.
You might.
I'm into giant monkeys, giant sharks.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Maybe it'd be the one film of the summer we go out to. And see.
Right. I mean, I don't expect much from it, but it would be fun to watch. I think it's a fun film. I take it with a grain of salt and some chum.
I'm sure it's got to be better than the Poloni Brothers Amityville Shark or whatever, which is always the same puppet. And I saw, now I think they pulled a switcheroo. They have, I just saw it, didn't have time to go through it, Cocaine Shark coming out. And I think they took some movie that was ready to go and just slapped that title on and threw a few drug references in. Because it looked like it was a shark on a crab body. Nothing to do with Cocaine Shark, but the same puppet, and it's just, we did a whole section on that.
Did you see the Cocaine Bear?
Yes.
You did see it?
Yeah.
Where did you see that?
It was if you watch the movies, they drop in price, $20 to rent, and then the next one, and then I think it got down to $5 to rent. And I said, okay, let's see. And it was okay.
What was it on?
Amazon Prime rental,
okay.
I think.
All right.
Where are we now?
You're on August 11th. We got 5 minutes to finish August.
Okay, we're at the end of August. The Last Voyage of the Demeter. Does that bring anything to mind?
No.
That is the ship from Dracula. Strange and horrifying events befall the doomed crew as they attempt to survive the ocean voyage from Transylvania to London, stalked each night by a merciless presence on board the ship, a legendary vampire known as Dracula. Ooh. When the Demeter finally arrives off the shores of England, it is charred, derelict wreck, and there's no trace of the crew. This is usually given 5 minutes of time in any Dracula movie where the ship comes in. Even the original, I think there was a shadow of a guy strapped to the wheel, and Renfield was in the hold there making noise. So
I may have to reread the book.
Because
it's been a long time, and I barely remember this.
Yeah, maybe it might be something to do since there's no good movies. You read a nice book.
Okay. All right, August 18th, Blue Beetle. Zolo Mariduena.
Oh, wow, you did good. That's why I gave you this one.
Is that right? Okay. As Jamie Reyes / Blue Beetle, a teenager who gains superpowers when an alien Blue Beetle scarab grafts onto him, forming a powerful, reconfiguring exoskeleton around his body. Susan Sarandon and George Lopez. After Jamie Reyes graduates from college and returns to his hometown, he is chosen to become a symbiotic host to the Scarab, an ancient alien biotechnological relic that grants him a powerful exoskeleton armor, turning him into a superhero, Blue Beetle. Not to be confused with a blue Volkswagen Beetle.
It is way down, but we're going to throw it out there. You never know. Iron Man wasn't top of the line character from Marvel, but
if they do it well and they have real actors. I'm not sure about Zolo Mariduena.
Well, we got old hands here, Susan Sarandon and George Lopez. Okay, our last
film for August,
guest
or for the summer.
The summer is Strays. Now, I think this is an R-rated spoof of those talking dog movies.
I'm excited for this movie because it's the end of August, which means right at the beginning of September, hockey preseason starts.
Oh.
And that's what I like.
Do you have a nice package for that?
Oh. Well, yeah.
How much is hockey packages?
I don't know.
You don't
I
know
get
yet?
it off of the Hulu that is stolen from someone else.
Okay.
I get to watch the hockey from that.
Oh, okay. That's a good way to do it.
It is. I pay him one way or the other.
So we have Will Ferrell in here doing a voice of a dog, Jamie Foxx, Will Forte, Isla Fisher, Josh Gad, who is LeFew, Sofia Vergara, they're going to make her a chihuahua probably, and Dennis Quaid as himself. So these dogs are on the loose. What are they? They're going after a bad guy, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
That's the gist of it. But basically, it's the dogs doing all kinds of
shenanigans, and hijinks,
pooping, and probably in bad language. And all that.
I like that.
So there you have it.
That's the summer in 28 minutes.
That is the summer. What are you going to see, Dave? You said maybe the Meg.
Maybe the Meg. That's it.
I saw Guardians and Indiana Jones. I will probably go out for, and The Flash. I think that's about it. Okay. Not like the 2018. I saw a lot. Was the last I recall, but before that, of course, it was the glory days of the 70s and 80s summer movie seasons.
Right.
So there you have it. We will see you next time, and we will be going over the recent celebrity deaths and DVD releases. And a game, probably.
The New Media Zone has been a Cable 2000 production.